Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Heart. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I want to start off by just saying that tonight was an incredible night for democracy. It was an incredible night for New York 19. Over 30,000 folks showed up. 32? That the number? Over 30,000 and counting came out. Amazing turnout, amazing level of engagement, and that was everything to do not just with our campaign, but with my fellow candidates and Democrats in this race. Yes. As we emerge out of this fight, in this campaign, and it was a tough one, remember that there's a lot more that unites us than divides us. Yeah. And I want to thank Ryan, I want to thank Rhodes, I want to thank Clegg, I want to thank Beals, I want to thank Flynn, I want to thank Collier for being there this entire process. Did I forget anybody? I want to make sure. I want to make sure I don't forget anybody. Oh, not, wait, hold on. We're not. We'll get to the wife. I'm talking about the candidates. They, over the course of the last year and a half, steel sharpened steel, and what they were able to give me, and I think give them in return, has created a groundswell of support, grounded in grassroots organizations that are determined to come together now and restore some opportunity and some hope and some fairness and some justice to the Hudson Valley, to the Catskills, to all of New York 19. I want to thank our team. I just think that the Times Union actually say we had the best field team in the game. And we did. We did. The work that they did for months, building an organization that stretches from end to end across this district, will be the same group and work that we will put forth all the way through November. Yeah. I also want to thank my family. My family is extended, but I want to focus on just a couple folks immediate. My mother and my father. Who instilled in me the values that I think compel me to serve now. My brother, obviously. I also want to thank my mother-in-law, Peggy Schwartz. And Michael, her boyfriend. I could go on, and I shouldn't. I want to thank my entire family, but I want to thank Lacey. let me tell you something. Would not be here, anywhere near here, without my wings. This is a partnership, and what we've endured through this process together, only we'll know. But you know how I feel. And I thank you for being everything to me. Being the partner that I couldn't even dream of. Thank you. You are the strongest human being I know. The strongest. Now, if I may, I want to speak a little bit about where we are and what lies ahead. Yes. Because a lot lies ahead.
Next win. Yeah. True Basso.
Exactly. But it's deeper. Obviously, we care deeply about the fate of New York 19 and the fate of this country. We've seen quite a bit happen of late that is profoundly disturbing. Whether it's our own Supreme Court today upholding the Muslim ban, or whether it's the fact that we had to endure an administrative or executive branch that thinks it's okay to separate children from their parents. Or we have an assault on our health care that continues day in and day out. There's a cruelty in our current political system that can no longer be tolerated.
That's right. No more.
That is no longer acceptable, that is dark, that is ugly, and that festers on ignorance and exploits anxiety that actually is not even there, based on the illusion of scarcity in this country. There's much to have in this country. There's much prosperity, there's much wealth, there's much compassion, there's much love. This is who we are. We were founded not on geography, not on language. We are not tribal at our core. We were founded on principles.
That's right.
Freedom, equality, opportunity, fairness. This is who America and what America is about. We are aspirational at our core. That's who we are. That's who we are. And I can't think of a better time to embrace who we are.
Yes.
To be who we are. And how does that translate in policy? How does it translate for folks on the ground who are hurting? It translates in things like universal affordable health care. It translates in funding our public schools. It translates in infrastructure that actually provides for roads and rails and broadband access and cell service to folks. It translates into moving from fossil fuel to renewable energy. It translates to a future, a vision for a way forward, and not holding on to the present for the sake of power at the people's expense. Now, we have a congressman right now, in John Faso, who by his record has demonstrated a willingness to defy the will of the people. That's a fact. And it is imperative that we as the people react accordingly and engage and work. But do so with the conviction of your principles. Do so with the conviction of love and heart and compassion and empathy and a fire for truth. For truth. Now is not the time to be angry. Now is not the time to be personal, to be nativist, tribal. Now is the time to transcend all of that and bring back hope and prosperity and opportunity for everybody right here at home. Now, before I bring this to a close, I do want, and I wanted to put these off a little late because they meant that much to me coming down the stretch in terms of how we ultimately were able to win this race, in the primary, that is. First, I want to acknowledge the support and the endorsement of Citizen Action. The progressive grassroots organization here that I think I couldn't be more grateful for their support, the work that was done down the stretch, the commitment, the passion, the fire to social justice, fairness, and equality. So thank you, Citizen Action. And I also, and I don't think there's a better way to conclude this. I want to acknowledge the support from Eileen Hinchy and Michelle Hinchy and the late, great Maurice Hinchy's Chief of Staff, Dan Ahaus, all of whom came out to support me down the stretch here. And I could not think of a better example, a better legacy to attempt with every bit of fiber in my bones to carry on. Could not think of one. So I'm humbled and honored, and thank you to the Hinchy family for that support. And with that, I want to thank you guys again. This is it. It's about you. It's about the people. It's about being out there every day on the front lines from here until November. I want us to believe in our power. Believe in our power. Okay? And we will see this thing through. I love you.